Like many witches, I love Halloween and I'm constantly looking for the perfect Halloween tarot and oracle decks. I'd seen the Disney Hocus Pocus tarot deck for a while, but I recently saw it on sale and decided to give it a try. This deck was released back in 2022, so it's not new by any means. But to be totally real with you, I actually didn't see the Hocus Pocus movie until like a year or two ago, which is so crazy because I was born in the 90s. I grew up with all of the classic, amazing Disney movies, and I've been a fan of Halloween and like spooky things for my entire life. So I can't believe that I never saw the movie before. So sadly, even though I didn't get to enjoy the film while I was a child, when I bet it would have been even better, I love it so much as an adult and I've really grown quite fond of it. So I was super excited to try this deck and see what I thought of it. The cardstock is really beautiful. It's nice and thick. The size is really great. The artwork, of course, is so cute and fun. I absolutely love the major arcana cards. I think that they're really easy to understand. I love how creative they are. And while this is definitely not a deck that everyone would need in their collection, it is really a fun one if you are a tarot collector or a really big fan of the Hocus Pocus movies. One of the weaker points of the deck for me is that it is a pips deck, meaning that all of the minor arcana cards are just like the suit themselves repeated however many times the card is for, not actually unique, intuitive, or like detailed drawings for all of the minor arcana cards. That to me is always a letdown in a deck. I personally am not a fan of pips decks. I know that's a personal preference thing. A lot of people do like them or don't mind them, but I just don't find it super intuitive. Some decks do a good job where they do make a pip deck a little bit more intuitive and have a little bit more heart and meaning in the cards. As you can see in these cards, like the Six of Potions to me doesn't really give me Six of Cups vibes. Same with the Seven. It's not giving me a lot personally to work with intuitively. It's just the artwork is really cute, but it's not very intuitive. And I do think that this type of deck would be very challenging if you are a beginner or you are someone that doesn't want to look in the guidebook or look up the meaning of the cards as you go. I do like the suits that they chose though. Pumpkins are pentacles, potions are cups, lightning are swords, and candles are wands. I think that is really fun and I feel like it matches well with the Hocus Pocus theme and everything. So I'm really not trying to rag on this deck by any means. It's not like it's misleading in any way. It is a known pips deck. But just for me personally, I did find the cards, the minor arcana specifically, cards to fall a little bit flat. And for that reason, I probably won't pick up this deck all the time to read with, and I probably won't read with it with clients. However, I think because it is specifically Halloween focused or autumn focused, I will definitely be using it, just probably not as much as I would if it weren't a pip deck. When we have decks like this that are made by huge companies like Disney, it's just a little bit of a letdown that they don't add more meaning and heart to it. Of all the money and the resources to get professional tarot readers in with illustrators and designers to make the deck really cool, I feel like it would just be such an easy meeting to have to just go over the cards and set them up a little bit with a little bit more intention and a little bit more tarot backing and knowledge. So I do hold companies like Disney making a tarot deck a little bit higher than I would a small indie deck creator. But regardless of my feelings towards the pip decks and how the minor arcana could be a little bit more detailed, I do still think this deck is very fun. It's beautiful. And I think that if you are a super big fan of Hocus Pocus, you would just love this deck. It would be a fun one to have in your collection. What do you think about this one? Purchase or pass?